Hi Leo, this is Luciani Porte. I'm here to give you your December 2018 reading. Thank you so much for joining this channel from the bottom of my heart. Um, let's get right into it. So Spirit, I just fell out. Okay. And message for Leo 2018 December. Okay. All right, so you have little flyers coming up. Oh wow. All right, cool. All right, so you're coming up in either in your energy or someone else's energy, but I'm seeing someone who is very methodical in terms of what justice is. This is Shango energy. So this is energy where you are ready for war. There's energy where you are ready to make great decisions. There might be decisions that you have to make that are in justice or alignment. Um, Also, in terms of this being your centered energy point of reference, there's something here that needs to be ideal, some sort of truth. um there's some sort of personal thing here where do you being it's a level of let's say selfishness, right? Some sort of selfishness that you might be thinking someone is doing. um are they selfish or are they passionate? Like really looking into it, because I'm saying that because you're feeling like really pressured. You see this? This is nine of air. Nine being some sort of completion that needs to happen or is going to transform on its own. Nine of air is all about, wow, like there's so much suffering going on. There's a lot of pressures that you might be feeling. Um, just this is really worrisome energy. And the six of water, you might maybe want to like take a break from this energy and go re-encounter some real old friends, like old family, friends. Disconnecting from this, because you are a magistrate, you are a judge, you are a great judge of character. You're realizing, there's a lot of worries that I have here. I need to reconnect. In addition to that, you need to fight. There is, you got the five of fire, meaning that you need to fight for something that is right. You need to be clever while doing it. This is a fight that you can't let the greed of others influence you, Leo. Somebody around you is greedy, or someone is like really prideful, very, very boastful. Someone that you feel like you can go the distance with, like it'll lead you to some sort of win, but at the same time, their greed, or maybe someone who's very boastful, and in a good way, actually. Someone who's actually doing the good deeds. But at the end of the day, there's a lack of communication between either the two of you. And I'm seeing it's an energy of like a relationship. Because your spirit advice is saying go into the research part of you. Go into the part where you do your due diligence in terms of nature. Oshun is all about nature. She's that earth energy where she labors but for the greater good, for the matters of her family, um, let's say for the matters of her community. She's a great researcher. Um, so this energy is really important to maybe adopt. It doesn't matter if you're a man or a guy. At the end of the day, we all have a balance being that we have to be on, right? Either we got to tap in our feminine energy for creativity. That's why we smoke cannabis. It's a feminine plant to make us feel lighter, right? So even if you're a guy, you gotta might tap into that love and that sweetness that Oshun provides. Also going into maybe you need to go into really I'm finding out that you might gotta go a little bit deeper and research somebody's motives. Somebody's motives is off, and you're like being a judge catching it. Now, keep in mind that your energy, how you're feeling, is that you do feel like you won. You got abundance all around you. You know you're good, right? But at the same time, what you keep reflecting on is something that is some sort of loss at the same time. This might even you might be reflecting on whether to get a divorce from somebody or a separation from somebody because you are catching something, and it has a lot to do with someone being extremely greedy, selfish, boastful, and you don't feel like they're tapping into this love, sweetness, the adoring their loved ones, and or it is someone who cannot express themselves without arrogance or aggressiveness. um, you might there might be a lot of love conflicts that are occurring, and you might have to just really disconnect from all of the suffering that you're doing or getting, and you need to reconnect with some like old people that you knew back in the day. You know how we got that one friend that made us laugh back in the day. Hit them up if you don't call them after some years, or family, whomever. Just reconnect, something to get your mind off of something that you know to be true. Um, Cause yeah, you feeling like there's some sort of big win when being with this person or a situation that you're in. But at the same time, it is completely like ready. You're ready to go. At the same time, you're ready to go. There's some sort of loss here. There's irritability. Um, no, someone's not apologizing the way they need to, and 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 the irritation that you're feeling is justified, and they're not apologizing. There's some sort of loss, and and then there's a lack of communication that is going on between y'all two. There's just not. It's stuck energy. It's stuck. Air element is all about flow of energy, flow of communication, fluently. Um, it's a very, very um, great way to communicate. Um, Very clear, concise, but also considerate. And just like it's saying, it's just like very inconsistent. You just don't know. It's volatile. You just don't know what's going to happen for tomorrow. It leaves you up. You're just so up in the air about something. Is what I'm getting. You're so up in the air about something, and in the center of your reading, it's like you about to be out. You about to go on your own from what you've learned, from what you've experienced, and you are in this element of, I need to be on my own and do my own thing. Look at her. She out there planting her, sowing her seeds by herself on her own, knowing that she's already abundant. You might need to realize you're already abundant, Leo. You don't need to be stuck in a situation that has you a shit for you to be shingled. And the point of reference lets you know that you are powerful. And you are getting a great distinction that something which you believe is a win really is a loss. So, and it's either someone has to tap into some kind of love and sweetness, or some maybe on their end they have to tap into love and sweetness for this to work, or you have to do your research, your hidden knowledge on this person, because there's a lot of um, discord here. Um, it's really energy that, or communication, that's you're up in the air about something. So what's going to accomplish is that there's an imbalance, definitely an imbalance, and the imbalance, and it can even be a physiological disorder, or somebody might be slowing you down. Maybe you feel like you have some sort of slow metabolism. If that's the case, you might get you gotta take on the Oshun energy, start taking better care of yourself, um, so that you can be in a place where you can come into this nine of earth energy, which means that you, yeah, you gotta go with yourself, and there's a deep love for life and nature here. Um, so let me clarify. Let me clarify. Let me give you another perspective here. All right. Okay. So there's no collaboration that is definitely causing so much pressure in your relationships, and there is a level of stubbornness that you gotta fight off with cleverness. You gotta realize that the fight you're in, there's um some sort of fight that you're in, and someone is trying to corrupt your spirit. Look at this. There's stubbornness, Leo. Whoever's so stubborn in your life, they are trying to corrupt you. I don't know if that makes sense. Maybe you're in a relationship that you are tempted to stay in, but it's like the fight here is really um, you going on your own. Yep, you feel caged. You feel caged, and you feeling like your wisdom is being stifled. Um, wow. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yep. Another. Yep. Transform into it. Yep. And then. Okay. All right. So. Okay. So you can unblock yourself. You can definitely unblock the fact that what you think is a win really isn't, because since the Ten of Fire is here in the upright, you have some tests going on in your life, Leo, and this asking you to ask for your spirit guides, because someone, you might have to really, it looks like you're gonna probably um You're not going to be abandoned. Oh, I feel okay. So you're contemplating divorce and or some sort of separation, and you might be feeling like, oh my God, if I do this, I'm gonna feel so abandoned. This is the biggest test of my life. I know I have to leave them. You might be feeling like you have this, and it's a beautiful energy. Like they're very celebratory. They have this beautiful energy about them. You're strong, Shango. Y'all are both very beautiful energy. You guys are coming up in a point of reference here where you guys both have these beautiful different energies. Unfortunately, in order for anybody to understand each other means that you got to use your intuition. You got to now go into your intuition, Leo, and know, ask yourself, what do I do? Okay, what is it that I do, or some kind of communication that needs to be had that okay. In order for some of this to work, you might want to go seek help. I mean, not saying like you need help, but like seek advice, seek elders, seek old friends, seek friends from the past, seek speakers, people that you look up to, a therapist, a tarot reader. Hey, what's up? You know, whoever. But seek some advice and connect back to spirit, because it seems like you feel encaged and you feel like you cannot get out, and you're in like one of the biggest tests in your life. I believe that you're unblocking yourself. You feel like you're no longer a prisoner in a situation, but at the same time you you might be feeling like, okay, how do I get out the situation? And it means that you have to break the chains. You have to break the change. The chains, the chains of you believe in something to be some sort of win. Basically, whatever you think is a win really is putting you in a whole prison. Um, you gotta face reality, Leo. You gotta face the reality that this isn't what you want anymore, and it's not for your spirit. As and I'm feeling like really heavy because I'm feeling that you really do care for this person, or you want it to work. But I think the question here is, what what is it that you really are wanting to work? Because your spirit guides is saying you want love and sweetness. You want love and sweetness. You want something a little bit sweeter, and it's, I guess, not here. It's discord, it's disharmony, it's there's lack of not community. Yeah, there's definitely a lack of communication. There's not really good communication to be had here. In addition to that, you have a lot of suffering and pressure coming from the lack of collaboration together. There's there's some sort of disharmonious agreements or disagreements that are occurring that's causing so much pressure. And it's a real big test for you, because you might just be like, oh my God, might have to get out of the situation. And your spirit guides is also saying, um, yeah, like, it's time to check in on yourself. It's time to check in on, yo, have I been doing what I need to do for my own harvest? or checking in what you have sown. What did you put together, Leo? Are you putting some seeds down in the earth, or are you caged in a situation that you feel like you can't come out of? Um I'm just trying to understand. There's an imbalance that you feel like you're caged in. And at this point, at the end of your reading, it's basically saying, like, go out on your own, Leo. Go out on your own. Go put the deep love that you have for nature and life in itself, and go plant your seeds, because um it will, anything that you lose you will receive back. Okay. um you'll be able to, if you search for those ideals that you want, okay, either out of a relationship, searching for, because while you're out on your own putting those seeds in, what you're doing is taking care of yourself. You're taking care of yourself, and now you make yourself even better of a prospect for something that's to come in that is favorable for you. There is faithfulness here, there is loyalty, there's respect here, there's effective oral and written communication here. There's a balance between spiritual and material. There's a beautiful love here, but it seems like you're going to have to let someone go, and you being on your own, in order for this to do it. It's heavy energy. It's beautiful, because seek help. Seek some advice from your lover, your past friends, people that used to like re-encounter with people, or therapists and mediums and oracles, and dive into some research, and hidden research, and research yourself, and go into the power of your love and sweetness, and to overcome this battle, that you have to break yourself out of a chain, and break yourself out of um like a prison. You're really feeling caged in, and you're contemplating some kind of separation. You might be thinking like, oh my God, like, is this something I really want to do? You probably have to, because the Ten of Fire literally is clarifying that, saying yes, you have the biggest test of life here, and you gotta do what you have to do, because what you think that's a win isn't at all. And it's literally saying, like, you're feeling that now, like, oh my God, like, this is a win, but it's really not a win. And you have to break the chains of knowing, like, oh, this is really not good for me. There's stubbornness I have to fight against, like, you are going so, like, I just keep thinking medieval sword fights back in the day, with someone's stubbornness, their unwillingness to even collaborate, and they're just being extremely difficult, extremely, like, against what the love and sweetness that you really want. You want to sow seeds with somebody. You want to have that love and sweetness and deep knowledge, and going into the naturalistic concept of life. You're a really good judge of character, and you know that this person is so celebratory. She's such an amazing person. Such a beautiful person. And this is a female. I'm sorry, this is going both ways. You know that he is such a man. Okay, Shingo, hello. And at the same time, like, what I'm thinking is a win ain't. I gotta get away from him. I gotta divorce him. I feel chained up. I can't be who I want to be. There's no communication here. There's no collaboration here. There's stubbornness here. I can't get nothing done. I need to connect with my girlfriends back in the day, my family, somebody, because I need the love and tenderness of a relationship. You gotta go on your own. And that is the message I have for y'all, Leo. That was heavy, okay? If y'all like this reading, click the subscribe button, like me, comment, and I'll see y'all next month. Take care. Bye.